be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself. It's going to be roadblocks, it's going to be tribulations, but always remember this is a life experience. Accept the experience, appreciate the experience, and learn how to move on from things that don't serve you well, you know, and find your journey, respect your journey.
What's good, people? What's good? It's your boy Double O, and I'm back with another one. And yeah, hold on, let me check my audio. Let me get everything right and straight. It's been a crazy day. It was crazy day, bro. Crazy day. I tried to get up early and do this, but I wanted to chop it up, and things went left, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Stuff went left. I still ain't been able to get everything up and going like I wanted to. Okay, we good on the audio side. Also, while you at it, make sure you subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you time to hit that subscribe button as well. Boy. I mean, I was down here trying to do music videos. I did AI pictures. I'm working, man. I'm gonna put it like that. I'm a one-man army, but I'm working. And I'm doing all of this on the fly. Like, hold on, let me show you one that I did. This AI stuff is a trip. Hold on, I'm looking for it right now. Let me see where did I do with those pictures? I'm just gonna prop up one right on the screen real quick of what I did. And again, this merch can be picked up. Nah, you know, I'm gonna put a couple of them up because I'm proud of myself. I'm sorry, but look at this one though. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Straight gas. I did this my first one I did, and I was just like, oh snap. I took the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I got the State of Gaming logo on it. The hoodie, the back part I couldn't do the back part, but the back part is fire too. I did this Luffy from One Piece inspired, which is dope. Man, like I've just been playing around with the AI tools, and you go down that rabbit hole with that stuff, bro, you'll end up paying a lot of money for it. Just doing little stuff like the Dragon Ball Z State of Gaming inspired, you know what I'm saying? And all of these can be picked up on the website also. In Gaming We Trust. I love that shirt. I love that one and this one. That's my CJ character that you see. I don't like gamers that don't game. Man, hate them type of niggas. And we got what a guap. What a goop. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was just me playing around with AI. The Mario joint. Then I got Marcus Phoenix for the Xbox. And Kratos for the Dry Station. I was just playing around with AI, bro. But I lost track of time. I supposed to have been doing this earlier, but yeah, I went down that rabbit hole playing around with AI, and yeah, man, it's just that stuff is addictive in the mud. Pause. Like I ain't even gonna play around with you. It's fun though. You know what I'm saying? If you got a creative mind, bro, the skies is the limit. Long as you got enough time, you'll go down the rabbit hole like crazy. But neither here nor there. Right now, I'm doing this video because I was going to actually do a different video. We was going to talk about the future of Xbox and, you know, the direction that I feel like they're going with Xbox. But yesterday was a trip. Yeah, last night was insane. You know, so this whole Kratos God of War debacle going on with David Jaffe and his opinions about the direction of the game is going viral right now, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? It's going viral. Just showing y'all the hoodie up close and stuff. But it's going viral at the moment, and people are like literally picking sides heavily and have a strong opinion about you know, what he said and how he said it or whatever the case may be. And prior to yesterday, you know, I was saying, because I did a video about it too, I just said, like, you know, it seems like there's more to this story than just a disgruntled creator that ended up losing his IP to Sony, who owns it, and then he just went on this war tear about God of War. I said it from the jump. I said it just don't seem right, even though I don't know this individual like y'all may have known him, but something ain't right about this. And Z, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Z. He did a podcast, and he knows him, you know, on a cordial level that they have numbers or whatever, and he invited him to the show. And it went how I thought it was gonna go. I didn't expect it to go that way, but it went that way. And it's funny to me because the three people that I was combating with this whole how he feel about God of War, again, I don't even know the dude. I'm just speaking on a creative aspect of him. Two of them tucked tail and disappeared, and they left slow money out there high and dry to back up his words or what he was saying about the individual, and it went completely left in many ways than one. Now, I did put the full video. I'm not going to play the whole entire thing because it's like damn near 3 hours long, but I'm just going to get into a little bit of it and try to, you know, give my reaction to it. And if you want to check out the full video, go check out Next Gen AK. Link is definitely down in the description. You can see the whole in its entirety and go from there. But we're gonna get into the video. I'm finna stop talking, and you're gonna hear from his words, his mouth, exactly what he was saying, and I'm gonna critique when it went left. So, just giving y'all a rundown of what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to keep it short because I'm only here for a little bit of time. So here you go.
Wait, Iron Mike said, Iron Mike real quick. He said, Iron Mike said, Jaffe finna call us all fuck niggas and bonobos in the chat. Absolutely right. So David Jaffe. So the word around town, like
excuse Pastor Joe and that damn giggle. Excuse him, man, because again, you gotta. You know what I'm saying? We've done all this podcasting for a while now, but we don't have podcast etiquette. This is what makes Z Show what Z Show is you never know what you're gonna get or who's gonna show up. And when you're having these conversations, everybody be so emotionally driven that sometimes you can't even get your point across. But this is what opened it up. He came to the show, and this is a question that Z gave him.
I watched the video. I watched it and shit. So they're saying that is it selected outrage?
But dude, Carmine, great sauce. Professor Sada, wow, that's weird.
Are you drifting? Are you out of touch with gaming?
Okay, so you pretty much said, is you drifting? Are you out of touch with gaming? His title was him being outdated and old, and maybe he don't know what's the hottest thing on the streets. So this is David Jaffe's response to that.
Are you voicing and giving an honest opinion of what you think about the game? Now, in all fairness, the game is
sure. So there's two parts to it. One is the actual game itself, and there is a video up on my channel that I put up a couple days ago.
No, watch your shit.
I'm telling you. And so on that video, I actually went through, I played about 6 hours of the game, and I went through it and talked about actual design issues. Like there are.
Now, first situation, prior to this, they were saying that he only played an hour. The gentleman said he played 6 hours of it, and this is what he came up with. Now, listen to what he's saying.
You know, one in the video is like, you know, if you've played the game, melee in the game is a really big part of it, or a meaningful part of it. But it seems like the way it works is you've got big, ugly health bars over the enemies, and you've got orbs flying around when you destroy something or an enemy, and you've got the visual of the hit reaction, like the little starburst or whatever. And all of that, for example, is laying on top of the enemy. And the enemy animation you can't see because of all that stuff. But the way the combat works is there are a large number of moves that you have to parry or block or dodge, but you can't knock the guy out of them. So if you're button mashing and the skeleton goes for the double swing with the swords, that animation is going to complete, but you can't see it because it's behind all that shit, right? So I made a video of about 8 or 9 things that are just Bush League, that even if it wasn't called God of War, my issue was this is stuff that a first-party Sony game should not be doing. There's weird collision detection. You can't tell in places the background from the foreground. You can watch the video if you care about such, that kind of a deep dive.
Now, that was very well detailed, very well descriptive, very well pinpoint to the point of saying, yo, these are things as a developer aspect that I know these is like amateur flaws at this point of time. And it's amateur flaw due to the fact of what Kratos is in the IP and the amount of money that has been back behind Kratos, the character of God of War, which makes legitimate sense. When you have a iconic character like Kratos, like I've been saying, you don't do things like this and push out a product that's half-assed and not to the greatest ability that it can be. And that's what's being displayed right now. He told you about the overlays, the swords, those are key flaws that should not happen with a character like this. And for Sony to do what they did, also, I want to clear up something I said yesterday. I was talking about the refund situation, and it was due to the online co-op. I stand corrected. It is online co-op in it, but you have to complete the game first to actually gain access to the online co-op. That is complete BS though. That's even worse than you not even having it in the game right now. Cause what you're telling me is you're forcing me to play this game solo when I want to play with my friends, and then you want me to turn around and double back and play online co-op when I could have played it out the gate and got off my achievements, got the story and everything, and moved on to my next title. You're trying to force me as a consumer, as a gamer, to double play your game to get the hours increased in it and gameplay increased in it, just for me for the people that like to go trophy hunting. That is crazy. But that's a whole nother subject. I just wanted to clear up because I made a comment yesterday, and it wasn't the full way it was going, but yeah.
The actual game design itself.
Yeah.
Okay, the other part though is the God of War part itself, and I don't think it. I think if you're going to put out a game that's based on one of the major franchises of PlayStation, let alone Sony at this point, it doesn't need to be a game. You could have gone to Way Forward. You could have gone to the guys that did some of the Castlevania games, not the Japanese ones, of course, but there's a number of people who have done this kind of game that would treat your incredibly important IP with a great deal of respect. And if you watch that Castlevania trailer at State of Play, it was amazing. The effects were great. The moves were great. You could swing around. She had great powers, or he had great powers. I couldn't tell. It was awesome. And then you look at Kratos with his little staff, and he doesn't look powerful. He doesn't look violent. There's no blood. There's no sense of anything that is God of War. And then it turns out that
Thor doesn't want to.
Okay, I'm muting right there because the commercial was coming, but listen to what he exactly said in this situation when he compared it to Castlevania. And this is what I was saying also in my video. And this is coming from a developer. Again, this is a gentleman that has been in the gaming industry for over 20 years, which, that's not an easy feat at all. 2 major AAA bangers, Twisted Metal and God of War. He created them, and then he had his questionable moment games that people question if they were successful or not. They compared to God of War and Twisted Metal, of course they was failures, but you know what I'm saying, he created them. But this is like, and I made the comparison to Slow Money later on. This is like you're taking an NFL player or NBA player, and y'all both in a person that's just a consumer, a regular customer, or whatever, and you're sitting down and breaking down film. It's certain things that you're not going to see that an NBA player and an NFL player is going to pick up on, read, and acknowledge way before you even think of it. That's the reason why they're the pros. That's the reason why they're in the field that they are in. And you as a consumer are just exactly that. You're a consumer. You see something, but you don't understand the full logistics of how to get that thing up and running like a mechanic. You just a person that enjoyed the car. You just bought the car and enjoyed the car. You didn't care how it was manufactured and built. Whereas someone else like a mechanic, they're going to know the intricate details. They're going to know the interior, what type of horsepower, X, Y, Z, and what moves and shakes in that vehicle. And that's why Big Money, Slow Money, ended up getting his teeth kicked in. Because I can only talk about him because the other two guys tucked their tail and ran. And J-Dub ducked. Because the man had to scream in the mic, because I'm going to short with time. The man had to scream in the mic and say, yo, tag me in when David Jaffe got on the phone and he was ordering whatever. He was having personal phone call, and he was just like, yo, Big Money was getting his drawers kicked in his butt. He was like, yo, tag him in. He was like, go ahead. He needed help. And Mr. Teddy Ruxpin, because he just pulled out a point of what Teddy was crying and screaming about. The Mr. Megaphone himself was sitting there on mute the whole entire time. And he told them, we're talking about Kratos. This is the beginning infant stages of Kratos. And if you know the history of Sparta and Spartacus, when it came to their kids, especially their male kids, they were trained to be killers. They was trained in the most aggressive manner known to men because you was a warrior. You're telling me you're going to give me Kratos, his origin story. He has his staff and he's a timid individual. This is the same man that just ripped through all of the gods. You're telling me he don't have any mental stability or mental anguish that they picked up on him to make him what he is. That's the missing key point there. And I agree fully with it because it makes sense. If this man is a Spartan, back in that time, you was trained to be a killer. And he was basing it off of you telling me he didn't have no mental issues whatsoever. He wasn't, some people have a mental fix where they harm animals and stuff like that. You telling me he ain't got nothing at all. He was just a peaceful being just out the blue. That's crazy. So, but it's funny because, once again, when someone gives you full critique about something and they can break it down step by step on why they're viewing the product like they're viewing it, you should take that for face value. A lot of people don't do that. And it showed in this video.
Rated game, which is weird for God of War. And I don't know if you did watch that video.
Yeah,
the voice acting, not T.C. Carson, he's great, but everyone else, it is like a little Warner Brothers kids show. There's a part where
young Kratos.
well, not just him, but there's a part where Calliope, the daughter's like, "Daddy, talking monkeys, the gods are silly, Daddy." And he's like, "Do you want me to continue?" And she's like, "Yes, please." And it's like, what the fuck is this? It is like, so I'm sorry. I love, people are saying Jaffe, he's just salty. I loved God of War 2018. I loved God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. I didn't like Ragnarok, but I liked Valhalla. I like a number of the games that I was not involved with. So it's not that. I'm literally telling you specifically that you should demand more of first-party Sony. They've always been better than this. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Okay, well
and there you go. Coming from the actual developer himself that's telling you Sony can do better. This is not Sony AAA. It ain't even got to be AAA. This is not a Sony experience that we have grown to know and love. And it shows clear as day. That's why I compared that game, because, again, he did the Castlevania, but I compared it to Ori Will of the Wisp. This game called Reloaded that I was just playing. Little Nightmares. Those are side scrollers as well, but there's done in a creative way. And you're telling me Sony, I gotta say Sony and Santa Monica Studios, because regardless of what Mad Cat produced, y'all had to literally sit there and watch this and experience and play it, and you said, yes, we are going to green light this to be released. That's insane, knowing who the character is. It still falls on them.
So yeah, so I made some videos about it.
Okay, well, can I say something right quick, Z? Can I say something, please? Let me say something.
It's about to go down.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jaffe, but I'm calling cap on everything you just said. I'm sorry. I call you Jav turkey ass. No problem. No problem. I call you Jav turkey ass Jaffe, and I say that for a reason.
Now listen. Now look at what just happened. You insulted the man character one. You call him cap on what he's saying, and remind you, based off of what he just said, this man just sat here and broke down. He didn't just say, "Oh, I didn't like the game because it wasn't pretty enough for me," or "Oh, I didn't like the game because I don't like 2D games." He broke down film for film description of what was wrong with the game in his eyes and why Sony and Santa Monica Studios need to be held accountable for this game and its visuals. And you, one, say cap, which you telling him, you know what I'm saying, is BS. And then two, you insulted the man's name by calling him a name. This is off the back. This is just an introduction.
Say that for a reason, because Mr. Jaffe.
1 second. I'm so sorry. Don't know. Please, wait. Please hold that thought. I got to hear this insult coming my way. 1 second. Yeah.
You live?
Yeah. What's up?
Your channel?
No. What's up? Quick. I'm live.
Oh, Keemstar offered you to be on Rewind tonight.
Yeah, I know. I told him what time? Tell him I'm probably good. Okay. All right. I am so sorry. Yes. Continue about the Jive Turkey Jaffe. Go.
Yeah. I think you're just resentful. This just me personally. I think you're resentful because you're not a part of God of War anymore.
Okay, wait. I have to say this too within this, because I gotta give Big Money, Slow Money, his props. The man kept the same energy. This is what he's been saying. This is what he said to me when we was having our discussion about the situation, and I was trying to get more clarity about David Jaffe's past, and he kept the same energy even with the man in the room, in the same room atmosphere as him. The other two tuck tail. So we finna go.
You had a chance to be a part of God of War. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, was it Sony's thing to make Corey head of the second game, or you could have been the head of the second game? Did you just say, "Hey, this is too much for me. I'm gone"?
Okay,
was that
so
you or that Sony?
let's address all that. So number one, if you're going to call bullshit on what I said, but you're not going to address anything I've said, let me ask you this: how much have you played?
I just want to hear you. I want to hear.
I know, but how much have you? What part did you get to in the new game so far? Because it's long. I'm sure you haven't finished it yet. But how far are you in?
No. I'm about 4 hours in. I'm about 4 hours in.
Okay, so are you telling me that my points are not valid?
No, I don't think they're valid at all. I think they put out a $30 game.
Voice acting is not. You think the voice acting works and it's not kiddie and it can.
And see, this is when they are on two different atmospheres, because you can't even answer what the gentleman is saying. You have to be direct. You can't project another question or another answer towards the end of the question that's present. He asked this man to break. You went into your soliloquy about why I so-called lied, or you call him BS on what I'm saying, but you didn't go into description or tell me in detail why you think what I'm saying is cap or wrong. One. Then two, as we kept proceeding into the game, I told you in comparison, I played more. I asked you how many hours have you played, and then my hours accumulate more than what you did, which means, yeah, man.
All that shit.
Yeah, I think. Listen, it's some things in that game that could be worked on, but I just think that you're highly.
And then when you did that, you completely lost everything, because in a debate or in a discussion, when I'm pinpointing and pointing out things that are wrong with the game to a level where I say, where I'm telling you why I'm justifying the price of the game should or should not be where it is, and then you're turning around and your comeback towards what I'm saying is, yeah, there is some things that's wrong. So what's the problem with what I'm saying if I tell people or I suggest to my audience they shouldn't buy the game at this point? Because Slow Money's main issue, and I'm trying to like paraphrase it up, his main issue was you're going out, you can have your opinion about the game, but you're purposely going out telling people not to buy this said game. And David Jaffe is giving you points on why he feel like you should not buy this game, and it's justified, because that's what we do as gamers. When you sit here, I mean, especially content creators, because he's a content creator. When you sit here on these podcasts and then a video game comes out and then y'all bash it, y'all run to Metacritic and say, oh, this, that, and the third about the game, and you drag it in the mud without playing it, that's worse than what he just did. At least he actually played the game and gave a critique about it, which made sense. But due to it not being in your liking or in your favor, you attack the individual. That's how this is coming off. Because, yeah, let me continue.
Said that you're not a part of God.
What are we talking about here? We can talk about whatever you want.
Okay, are you gonna let me, Mr. Jaffe? Are you gonna? I let you talk that long time. Let me.
I am, but you're confusing me. Is all. I'm sorry. I'm not very bright.
Okay, just wait till I get done, and then you can go.
Okay, but you're hitting a lot of topics, and okay, go ahead. I won't say anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, my thing is, like I said, I think you're just upset, disgruntled that you're not a part of God of War, a part of that team anymore. Because, like I said, I don't know all the background of what happened, of why you left, or.
And there you go. That's what made it even worse. You're saying you don't know the background, but you have this concept towards it. Hold on, man. I'm gonna let it play. One more.
I've heard you say plenty of times, and you can answer this right now. You said on your channel plenty of times that you burnt a lot of bridges in the gaming industry. Am I right?
Since I started my channel, I have to imagine I have. I mean, I've never been told that, but it stands to reason, yes.
Okay, so when you did Drawn to Death, that terrible ass game, that terrible fucking game.
God damn.
Was it Microsoft knocking on, was it Sony, or was it Nintendo knocking on your door? Because it seemed like it was Sony knocking on your door to do that game. Was Microsoft or Nintendo anywhere around? Because I hear you many a times praise them more than you do Sony. I look at your stuff religiously.
Let me know when I can answer one of these questions. Are you ready or not?
All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. So are you asking me after Drawn to Death was done or before Drawn to Death was done?
Before Drawn to Death was done.
So Microsoft made an offer to make Drawn to Death, but we went with Sony, and it was great. Working with Sony was an absolutely fantastic experience on Drawn to Death. Drawn to Death came out. It did not do well. It shat the bed. And guess who showed up? We had an offer from Smilegate, and we had an offer from Sony to do another game. We did another game with Sony.
Okay.
We ended up it ended up not being brought to finish because it was a mix of first-party funding.
Fed up with cookie-cutter design templates that have no personality? Kittle gives you everything. Templates in any style, a wide variety of premium fonts, photos, mockups, and textures, the best AI models, and a powerful, intuitive editor with vector editing, image editing, text editing, and so much more. Get started with Kittle for free.
Funding it with PSN, and it gets into stuff I can't talk about, but they were thinking of reevaluating PlayStation Network, and we were going to make like a signature game, blah, blah, blah. And they pulled out because they wanted to do a different kind of rebranding. And so First Party didn't have the budget to do the whole thing. So we said, okay, well, we're going to part as total friends. I'm still a huge fan of Scott Rohde. I was a fan of Jeremy, who's I think still at Sony. I'm not sure. And Bob, who were the producers in Sony San Diego. There was absolutely nothing negative I have to say about that experience. It was delightful. They were wonderful when we made Drawn to Death. They funded it. They were incredibly supportive. The game failed, and they still offered us another game. So I have no beef with those guys at all.
Okay, so why did you get into YouTuber? Why you didn't stay just making video games? Why did you get into YouTube?
Because there's two reasons. One is that, I mean, if you followed my career, and I don't think that's your job to, but I'm saying if you know me, I was always doing stuff. I had a blog before most people had a blog. I was making videos. I've had a YouTube channel. I like doing interviews and all that shit. And when we did Bartlett Jones, which was my last company, I did a lot of, not half the time, but a good 10% of my time was making crazy skits in the haunted office building we had. It was clear that I was kind of pivoting into this direction of really enjoying this more. So hang on, don't go anywhere. That's the pizza. Sorry, buddy. One sec. You guys talk if you don't mind.
Okay.
Get this.
Pardon me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, if somebody want to say something,
go ahead,
Now, what the hell we got going on over here?
Tag me in, Big Money. Tag me in.
What the hell we got going on over here?
Twin powers activate.
Hey, look at your phone. Look at your phone, Big Money. You hear me? You hear me? Look at your phone.
Okay.
There's another couple.
Yeah, go get the bills because I can't see it.
Or just the one from the ESA 35. He said Sons of Sparta has 8 reviews on Metacritic. That's why the score is low. Pastor was lying. Yeah,
because no one wants to play it.
It?
No, that's because people like to beat the game before they get their opinion. Pastor.
With 90 million install base, get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, but that game ain't gonna sell 10 million copies, and we all know that. Like,
hold on.
It got more reviews than Starfield.
Okay, so I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm back whenever you want to ask me something.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Jaffe.
Yeah.
When you played God, because it took you a while to play God of War 2018.
It did.
When you finally played that, what was your initial thoughts to what is your thoughts today? Because clearly, when you were over there with those guys, Corey Barlog was there. He came up under you, correct? And so you left, and now this 2018 was his project. And how that came out? How what was your initial reaction and your initial feelings on God of War 2018?
You can actually see it on YouTube. I have videos up when I was playing it, and then I did a review. I loved it. It was one of my favorite games of 2018. It was excellent. Loved it. Still do.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I only asked that because, again, I heard that it took you years to even.
Oh, it did. It took me a while. It did. Look, I mean, I can't. People seem to really think they had an opinion about why it took me so long to play it. I just didn't want to play it. I have a very unique relationship with the brand, and it wasn't that I was salty or mad or depressed about it. I just was like, I know a lot of people want me to play it. I'm just not into it right now. And eventually I was like, you know what? I want to play that game. And I played it when I wanted to play it, and I streamed it for people to see, and I loved it. Thought it was great.
Okay.
So
okay.
Go ahead, Z.
No,
let me ask something, Jaffe.
Hold on one second, I got you. So here's a question, right? So, and I want to get your opinion on this, Jaffe, right? Because I had like 2 questions here.
Yeah.
So, like, all right. So I'm from the mindset. Right? This is what I said earlier, right? I want to get your opinion on this. So I said, I love the fact that TC Carson's is back. Like that, she's
me too.
Zeus, your son is home. Like I got fucking chill bumps. Like, oh my god, yeah. So, but I'm here. I think I would have rather have got if that was the case, a true AAA prequel and how Kratos became Kratos, and then it was rumored that they were supposed to do that Loki was supposed to have his own little side quest game. I would rather much that had been the side quest, that be the 2D scroller, and still gave Kratos, if how he became, became together. What are your opinions?
Okay, this is what a good mattress is supposed to feel like. Not enough people are talking about this, but Ashley legit changed how I sleep. They've got so many options, different feels, different features. There's literally something for everyone. Plus, you could actually test them in store. Like lay down, feel it, no guesswork. My favorite part, you actually wake up rested. Honestly, I didn't realize how bad my old mattress was until I came to Ashley. Now I'm telling everyone you have to try one at Ashley. Just go to the store, lie down, you'll get it.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few items that AliExpress was kind enough to send over for review. And throughout the year, I personally do pick up a lot of products from AliExpress.
Of that, would you rather have got a low-key side quest game as the TD scroll and had the Kratos as a AAA?
I don't like Atreus at all. I love 2018 and I understand why he was in that game, but I was not a fan of Ragnarok. I was a very big fan of Ragnarok Valhalla. But I'm not a fan of sort of where the series is today. I mean, I think what ended up what Corey needed to do was, I thought it was brilliant, because he needed to basically take something that was getting very long in the tooth, and kind of reignite it. And I think he did, in such a creative way that was not just literal for the story, but meta for the people who had grown up with the game. It was real smart. The problem I always had with it after that, though, is that they wrote themselves, in my opinion, into a corner where Kratos now, at the end of God of War, the new one, 2018, is no longer an interesting character. Not because he's a bad character, but because, he's completed his character arc. He's worked things out. He's just a guy now, and he's got some neat powers, but he's no longer Wolverine. It's like Wolverine when he got some therapy, or Batman when he got some therapy. It's no longer as interesting. So, but I understand why Corey did what he did, and I don't think they solved it with Ragnarok. So I don't like where the series stands today narratively, although I did love Valhalla. And I want to say the two guys, I don't know them.
Okay, sorry about that. Now, look at what's going on with that situation. Because, again, I'm dating this back to the prior conversation of what Slow Money, J-Dub, and Teddy Graham said. They all sat here and said this man had a hatred for this game. He went out and he said, I actually enjoyed it and I played those games. it's like, bro, sometimes in life, when you don't know anybody, if you don't know a person, you need to take it for face value. You need to, let's just say, in the sense that maybe Jaffe was not being truthful. It's a way that you can go through by combing out to see certain points. And once you give your critique of it and you question them about it, and they give you answers, certain key answers that you're looking at, you should say, okay, this person know what he's talking about. Okay, this person genuinely have this disdain or this view about this certain game for a reason. And it's being shown right here. Like, it's night and day with the conversation.
Directed Valhalla. I would love to think that those guys are key in directing the remasters or the remakes they just announced, because the tone of Valhalla was great and it felt like a great blend. And if you played Valhalla and you saw when Kratos went back to some of those Greek environments where he was the old Kratos, not old like age, but the younger Kratos, and you're on the Hydra ship or you're in the Temple of Pandora, but it was from the 3D camera and it was from the new stuff. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. So I'm not a hater of this thing, but I do think Sons of Sparta is crap, and I think it poorly reflects the franchise. And it does make me worry about, are they going to be neutering thematically the remake? But
and that's what a lot of people are doing the memes right now, because due to the woke aspect of things right now in the current state that we're in, you know, they're photoshopping Kratos in weird situations. I will say that much. I'm not going to go into detail. Just go on X and you can see for yourself. They saying there's a lot of DEI, rainbow type stuff going on. And are they going to, like he said, neuter him? Because again, this is the person that made the origins of God of War. He's the number one person who helped create this character and form this character. And he was a man's man. He was, you know, into women. He's aggressive protector, don't care, lashes out, very volatile individual because he's a Spartan, and he had in most people's eyes, he had a valid reason to be who he is against the gods, because of them manipulating him mentally to destroy his own family. And it was a revenge tip. So most people could understand Kratos and his violent tendencies because of what they caused him to do. And now he's saying this might come into question. And if y'all going this route now with the Kratos character, there's no telling what y'all will cook up with him and try to justify when y'all do this remake or remaster.
No. Z, before you go, I just want to say this. Listen, the reason, just like I said before Mr. Jaffe stepped in, bro, I think it's a great thing that they went back to when he was younger. We have, Mr. Jaffe, the first game we got when he was younger, we got when he was a little older. Everybody want to experience that time when he was younger. That's one of the favorite IPs ever. God of War. We want to know every aspect of his life. So that's just like,
so what?
Okay, hold on, let me finish. Now, when they did, just like they did with Gears of War, people have been asking for the longest time, go back to E-Day. Go back to E-Day. What was wrong with that? Experience Marcus Phoenix when he was younger. I think that's a great thing. People saw 80% of Kratos' life. They want to see from the cradle to the grave. And I think it was a wonderful thing for them to go back when he was a younger man.
See, but big money ain't getting it. That's what I'm saying. That's a terrible take in the sense of this. Slow money ain't getting it because it's a terrible take in the sense of this. Yes, E-Day is pivotal. It is a very important situation. We went to Gears 5, And now you're at this turning point where most people, you know, depending on who you're talking to, they say Gears 4 and 5 was questionable. Me personally, I think the only one that was questionable was Gears 5, and actually it was just it's not the story, but just the ending I didn't really agree with. But them going back to E-Day and we finding out why Marcus Phoenix was actually locked up in the cell, it makes sense. Yes, that is, he's right in that aspect. But if they turned around and they gave this bubblegum version of Marcus Phoenix in E-Day, and it ain't the gritty grunt soldier, militant soldier Marcus Phoenix that we know and love, that we understood by, it will become a problem. That's what we're trying to tell you. That's where the stain would come from, because they're like, hold on, this ain't the Marcus Phoenix that I know of. This ain't the militant soldier who was down for the cause, and then all of a sudden his the government turned their back on him and locked him up. Like, that's the story that we supposed to be getting. But if I get the bubblegum version, he was just a timid guy that loved to do vertical farming, and y'all put him in this weird situation, then yeah, of course people gonna look at that crazy. So his comparison ain't right at this point in time when you come in with this Kratos thing, because again, they did the total opposite and they released it. This is a released product that's out in the wild, and this is what y'all gave us regarding the origin story of Kratos, one of the most violent individuals we've ever seen. The man killed gods, and you're telling me he's timid? Like, no, and you didn't give the origin story any justice based off the visual concept of it.
See when he became a Spartan. I think that's a wonderful idea. Go ahead, Z. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want
well, who's disagreeing with you?
Oh, okay. Oh, you said he's okay.
Well, let's face it. This was a 2D. This was a 2D, right? Side scroller.
Now here goes this. Hold on.
A little small passion project, just like TC Carson said, right?
Who cares?
It's not meant to. I mean, so why are we putting all the stake on it, right?
We're putting all this stake on it, J-Dub, Slow Bugs, because it is, yes, it's a 2D scroller game. Yes, no one is knocking that at all. If they wanted to go 2D scroller, cool, go that route. But when you, once again, take a AAA character and you put him in this is an indie. Indie have came out and produced better content 2D wise to tell a story, and you put them in a Nokia cell phone atmosphere. This game look like goddamn Super NES. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles look better than this. Prince of Persia blows this out of the water, and we're talking about Kratos. $1 million budget. And again, these are the type of people that critique the Tunic, Bleeding Edge, Mirror, whatever games that Microsoft came out, Redfall, all these games, they critiqued them down to the mud, which again, they're justified in doing it if it's not for them. But the moment someone gives them backlash, and then what was their number one thing that they always say? Phil Spencer and Microsoft greenlighted. They let that go out. Why the heck is Santa Monica Studios and Sony looking at this product and saying, yeah, this is what the people want? No. That's asinine. That's hypocritical as hell. And they need to be called out on it. Like I always do. That's wrong. You're not finna sit here and play in someone's face. And I asked them this question, and And me personally, I feel like they was disingenuous based off the resume of these individuals. I asked them if this very game, Son of Spartan, did not have Kratos or God of War tag on it, and if it was another video game, they same price and everything, same concept, all that, and it was in the Sony store, would they have bought it? These jokers said yeah, and I know that they're lying. I know that they're lying, but I ran with it. Okay, y'all, you telling me y'all would sit here and defend this game as strongly and as hard as y'all doing right now, pause, if it was not Son of Spartan, not Kratos, if it was just some AA, AAA company that dropped this game and it was a totally different IP, totally different character, Hollow Knights look better than this game. And I'm pretty sure the games I'm mentioning, this game called Reloaded from goddamn Africa, did not have this budget that this game has. And that game looked 10 times better than this. Same concept, 2D scroller, everything. Yeah, man. Just
okay. Well, can I answer that? Can I answer a question?
Okay.
Yeah, Matt has made it.
Yeah, but
wait, hold on.
No, Pastor, you didn't play the game, Pastor, so you don't get no piece.
Okay, he didn't play to J-Dub, so shut up.
Hold on,
We can't understand you, brother.
Let him answer. I got one question.
Let him answer.
Okay, you want to add anything?
So first off, I don't have a problem with him going back to when he was young. Number one, I don't like what they've done with him being young. I think forget the game side or the art that I don't think is very good for this kind of game, or the lack of power in the character, or very uninteresting play mechanics. Narratively speaking, cool. But I was on Colin Moriarty's show today. We were talking about this, and I said, look, Kratos is a psychopath when at least when we first meet him. And
okay, and I want to, while he's going into the detail, I want to put this in your mind to make you really think about it. This is coming from the person that made God of War OG. This is the actual person that sat in the boardroom. I have to like lay that down, layer to you guys. This is the individual that was in the room when they was putting paper to pen or pencil to paper to create and draw this character up in the mindset, which means he knows the mindset of the individual. He knows the direction of the purpose of what he's doing. He knows this character inside and out. Pause. So what he's saying has a lot of validation, because once again, a red flag that I wasn't even privy to, they told me about, that they was like, yo, David Jaffe says that Kratos is black, and he went through what he went through. And then they told me that Sony said, no, he ain't black. Me no black. That should have been a red flag to everybody at that point in time. And I'm just not finding out about this. I didn't even know about it, but that's the sentiment that's how disconnected this situation really is. But again, we're talking about the person that was in the room. This ain't no janitor. This ain't no daggone paper pusher. This ain't no DoorDash delivery guy. This is the actual individual coming up with the concept of what Kratos is as an individual.
I'm not saying they should have gone with this story, but if you're going to tell the story of a kid, 14-year-old, I think is how old he is in this game, who becomes...
Today we're doing a challenge on Whatnot where we see how many Lego things you can buy for $100. So we're going to start off by...
The guy we know who is basically out of his fucking mind. Why do I have this guy who's running around like, come on, little bro, let's go, find the chisel from the sculptor. I was telling Colin, I said, a lot of people have people talk about people who grow up to be killers and stuff. They torture animals when they're little, right? I want to see Kratos as a little boy or a teenager, and I want to go, holy shit, this motherfucker is trying to be normal, but something's not right with the guy.
Thank you. Because once again, he's telling you this again, and he didn't go into we was talking about it, but he's a Spartan. You can't sit here and tell me that the buildup of this character, it went straight to he just timid. Like, no, he was being trained as a killer. They could have put this man in the woods and had him trying to fight all type of monsters and beasts and all that stuff, and then he came out scarred up, and it's just like, I gotta fend for myself. That's the mentality of him now. Like, dude, oh my God. Yeah, man.
Something's fucking messed up with this guy, right? And I want to see that descent into what makes him who he is. But that's not what this game is. It's for fuck's sake, it's T-rated. Who's this for?
It is not.
Okay.
So I'm down.
Thank you. It is not. No, I share the same sentiment. I have not played the game. I said I have not played the game. I wouldn't play the game if I had access to play the game. Ain't no way in hell this is worth $30, $40. I don't care what y'all talking about. This game is not it. But again, based off of what I've seen, based off of what I looked at, based off of the story, no, this is not it. And again, accountability need to be held, because once again, if it was Microsoft, y'all would be putting Firefield Spencer all through the goddamn timeline. This game is trash. They should not have greenlit this game, regardless of them outsourcing it to Mad Cat Studios and all that other great stuff. You're trying to deflect accountability. At the end of the day, Sony and Santa Monica Studios sat there, watched what was being presented, probably even played the daggone game, and greenlit this trash. We just gotta be honest with ourselves in this situation. Like, come on, man. I know y'all fans of stuff, but you're still a consumer. You should still have your own mind. Like,
going back to the cradle to the grave, but this is not Kratos. This is some little plucky Teen Titans Go character. I don't understand why anybody would want this. But if you love it, great.
We want it. We love it.
And then he doubled down again. Nobody should want this. And look at him. I want it. I want it.
Okay. So
let me ask you.
we love it.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
hold on. So next question, because I wanted to ask you this. I see some DM. So I see they're doing a remake, right? With all three, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
If they were to call you back, because I just said this on the show.
And this is just what's your name, but he asked him if he want to go back to do 1, 2, and 3.
They should call you back. Would you go back and help with the remake of?
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. But
Okay, if they were to call you back, and what would you add to it?
Yeah.
What would you add to it?
Well, I don't know what they would need, but I have great affection for the studio, which, by the way, I co-founded with Shannon and Tim Moss and Alan Becker.
Oh, you see it? Say, they would not want you back. You don't know what they would want. They would probably turn around and just say, yo, out of the strength of us going back and doing 1, 2, and 3, it'll be an honor to be able to put you on there. And oh my God, bro, bro. So we don't mess up, and we keep the actual visual of what Kratos is and who Kratos is as a character. But the first thing they won't. How do you know?
And I have great affection for the character and members of the team that are still there. And look, they have their own direction. That's what I'm saying. I've never sat around like, how dare they?
I'll give you an example. Like
I don't know what their goal is. Here's what I would tell you. If they were to call me back, I would say the version of God of War remakes that I want would still be incredibly overtly sexual, incredibly violent.
Yes.
And they would remake those games, but they would add the bosses we had to cut. They would add story and narrative elements.
So
and
you
they would
add in
do
the first game that you couldn't.
Thank you. Now I have creative control to give you the real Kratos of what I wanted. I don't want to change anything about him between 1, 2, and 3 because what he has been and became, or what he is now, is solidified. I want to add on to it because guess what? It was things that was taken out of the daggone game prior that they wouldn't allow us to do. This is what he was talking about when it came down to creative control. I want to have control of my life. Everybody ain't down to fold because of $1. And, oh, you was head of this AAA company and making all of these millions. You can make millions tenfold. Don't mean that you're happy. Don't mean that you're content. Doesn't mean that you're going to be willing to accept that every time you come up with something, a person that ain't even an individual comes in and tell you no, or an individual tell you need to change something. When it's something that you care about, like
because of maybe hard work limitations or
there was a boss guarding Pandora's temple. There was a chase sequence through the desert with the Titan that was chasing Kratos. Yeah, we had a level almost done, but we couldn't finish it with the effects where Kratos fought his way up an elevator that was a sandstorm monster was chasing him, and we had like 90% done. So yeah, there's of course stuff I would put in there, but I do want to go back to this comment though.
Oh, they gonna drop two of them. Hold
on. This idea that I want to be working on God of War. I really do get to the point
Here it go.
I value, or I'd like to think I'm good enough at communicating that people listen to me and they go, okay, Jaffe's an honest guy. He doesn't lie. And I don't. And I want to have a genuine conversation with people that watch my shit. And I would tell you, if I was upset, I walked away from God of War and Sony Santa Monica on very good terms, to the point that
I have to stop it there because guess what? That was the same thing I said. I said something ain't right. I don't think y'all just sit here and just saying he's a disgruntled individual that got screwed over and he was crying because Drawn Together wasn't a success and he burnt bridges. The man is telling you out of his own very mouth, his own being, that, yo, I still have rapport. I still am in communication with individuals that's still at that studio at certain levels. I also, dating back to our history of this situation, I removed myself and I did not burn any bridges. I didn't burn any bridges so bad to the point where they still invested into my studio and into my future IPs that I came out with. If we left on bad terms, as bad as y'all sit here and claim that they did, why the fuck would they invest in this man after he left? But again, projecting, not even knowing the situation and just assuming.
Funded my next 2 and 3 games and helped me set up studios. It was not, people are like, Jaffe got fired. I got so fired that these guys paid, $15 million to set up a brand new studio. And they didn't just do it once, they did it twice. First with Twisted Metal 2012, and that didn't sell.
$15 million, and he said they did it twice. Come on, man.
Very well, and they did it again with Bartlett Jones. So do I seem like the kind of guy that got fired from Sony and yet somehow keeps getting funded by Sony? It's a ridiculous accusation based on nothing.
Okay.
But you guys run with that narrative and you have no evidence to prove it because there's nothing to prove it didn't happen.
And I keep saying that. Everybody is not the same. Why are you projecting your own failures to somebody you don't even know? Just because you saw some videos, just because you assume that, oh, he stepped down, so it had to be something negative. No. Sometimes people in life just say, hey, it's like the Jerry Seinfeld situation. At his highest peak of his peak, he stepped down. He like, I'm good. And he went on to enjoy life. People do that. Guess what? I'm tired of people telling me how to create things that I want to create. I'm tired of people telling me they just want me to do God of War. And before this thing turned left, let me depart ways. We can leave on a good foot, and we have respect amongst each other. People actually do shit like that. That's not a fairy tale. It actually happens like that. Not everything has to be crash and burn and destruction. And I'm glad that this interview happened because it cleared up a lot. It pretty much like legitimately like what I thought in the first place. It was a difference of agreement. That's why I brought up the Cliffy D situation. And even though it was different in a twist format, because again, social media, but it was in the same concept. The individual from Beyond Good and Evil. We supposed to got Beyond Good and Evil 2. In the middle of the project, he just left. Last time they reported on that man in that game, I think they either canceled it now or it was just like stalled, and he was out in the woods somewhere. They said he was vertical farming in the forest. He got away from civilization. Sometimes in life, people just say, yo, I'm good. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame and fortune. I did what I had to do. My family is comfortable. I'm stepping away from the limelight, and I want to be at peace. There's people out there that does that, and they turn down money all the time because money don't bring you happiness.
I walked away because I wanted a different kind of experience. I wanted to own the studio or co-own it on the off chance that if we were successful, which we weren't, that we could sell it and I can make a boatload of fucking money like a lot of other colleagues in the industry. That's why I did it. I didn't get fired. I didn't get pushed out. It's a ridiculous narrative.
Well, my thing is
clearing that up.
Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead, Pastor.
Did you expect the backlash that you would have gotten from this take that you would have given about Sons of Sparta? I know you would have given a lot of different takes before, but did you expect all this amount of, how to say, backlash? The media writing a number of different articles on it. Did you expect that?
I didn't even think about it. I don't care about it. It means nothing to me. So it's grateful people have found my channel, so that's fun, But I mean, it's not like I wouldn't have said it.
People are going to say what they're going to say.
Yeah, I mean, that was my, here's the deal. Whether my YouTube career ever takes off or not, which, by the way, fuck all the people that are like, I'm getting tired of people acting like YouTube is some kind of shitty job. I love this fucking job. I've been doing it now for 8 years. I do it on Lolcow. I do it on Lolcow. I do it on my channel. I do it on Colin's channel. I make videos. I enjoy doing this more than I enjoyed making video games.
The wrong pillow mattress combo is why your neck is killing you. Ashley can literally fix all.
Wow.
And I'm sorry,
well, Mr. Jaffe, you say that. No, you say that. But my thing is,
don't fucking tell me.
Astor, what the hell?
I'm telling you. Don't say I say that like you've got some aspect to it.
No. That's not the thing. What I'm saying is, I let you talk. Now, can you let me talk? That's all I'm saying.
Well, you can say that.
I'll let you talk.
You didn't say that. Yeah, go ahead.
It don't matter. But what I'm saying is that you can.
And watch him. It's about to go down.
Easily say something like that. We don't know you personally. A lot of people, a lot of your friends.
I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah, good point. Appreciate I don't think you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name again?
But anyway, like I was saying,
But
like I was saying.
Would you
Pastor,
say
would you
that
be?
is-
I'm trying to tag you
Pastor
something.
Glazing. Stop glazing, Pastor. Stop glazing.
PlayStation gamers, it's PlayStation
Anyway,
gamers
Mr. Jaffe, like
hold on, they do
even when you say I don't seem like that, I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that saying you can't bullshit a bullshitter? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hold on, wait. It's about to go down.
Would you please? Like I was saying, bro, I think you don't nobody know you personally to even when you say I don't seem like that, I'm not a liar. You know what I'm saying? You ever heard that saying you can't bullshit a bullshitter? You know what I mean? Yeah. That's me. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. We don't know you well enough to know.
Once again, and this, oh my God, it's even worse on the playback because you can't bullshit a bullshitter, bro. And I asked Big Money because I wanted to get exactly what it meant. I asked him behind the scenes, and he said you can't finesse a liar. You can't, a liar knows a liar. And when you go back to the beginning of this interview, David Jaffe came out as what I received from his conversation, because he came out, he's like, I'm coming out here to address all this back and forth. I'm telling you this is how I feel about something, and you're calling me a liar when you don't know me. But I'm telling you what it is with me. There's people in this world that also take highly offense to someone calling them a liar. Like, you can damn near kick them in their face before, and they wouldn't be upset until the point you call them a liar. I'm one of them type of people. Like, I call him Casper the Friendly Ghost, because he got into a situation that when me and Z was going through some things, he got in between, not even knowing what the case was, put in his own opinion, and then called me disingenuous. And I snapped. I don't talk to that person to this day. I think it's been over damn near like maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't talk to that person. That's how, like, this is the pivotal moment. That's what I see right now, because I'm telling you, this is how I feel about a situation. And granted, this is about video games, but I'm telling you from a personal experience, I was stressed out. I was having issues. I didn't like people controlling me and telling me what to do with my creation. So I stepped down, continued to do what I wanted to do, and now I am enjoying life, or my retirement, after doing 20 years and having 2 AAA successful games in the world. I'm retired in a sense, chilling, doing something even better. I can go and still play video games at my age, tender age, and talk about it to a group of people that share the same sentiment as me. And I'm having a blast doing it on YouTube as a content creator. And you're gonna fix your mouth to tell me that you don't know me. What you just said, we don't know you, but I can't BS a bullshitter. Fam, that was insane. Play the video.
And I can,
would
because
lie
you
about
think you know
something like
something
that.
you don't know.
No, I'm not trying to act like I know anything. It's
well, you're
just
doing
that
a
my thing is,
because that's how you're acting.
Mr. Jaffe, when I let you talk, bro, I don't say a word when you say something, Mr. Jaffe. I'm just saying, can I please, we have a normal conversation?
I want to.
But okay, I understand that, but I let you go.
You got to get ready to go in a minute.
Okay, but like I was saying, the thing is, man, we don't know you well enough to say that about you. You can be lying to our face. My thing is, I've never had anything to do with your opinion. Everybody have their own opinion. My thing what got me is when you was actively out there trying to tell people not to go buy that game, and you act like you know what the gamers were. You know what the gamers want. You said that numerous times. The gamers don't want this. How do you know what the gamers want when your last fucking games were fucking
want?
total fly? I bought Drawn to Death. It was a flop.
I am on a
it was
YouTube
terrible.
channel. I assume it goes without saying that when I am speaking on my channel.
So do you really think
Thor doesn't want to go to college. I need you to woo her.
You want me to date your daughter?
We'll let you. Your recommendation letter.
Bruh.
Okay, David, Dad, let me ask you this. I'm gonna be quiet after this, Z, I swear. Do you really think somebody like Kojima would want to be a fucking YouTuber and wouldn't do?
And there you go, projecting. This man ain't Kojima. You don't know what Kojima want. I remember at one point in time they were saying Kojima was being stifled at Konami, and he was just. They wanted him Metal Geared out, and he wanted to do something more adventurous. And the moment he got out of the Kojima, the Konami goddamn umbrella, and he ventured out, and people came out and supported him, guess what the hell we got? Death Stranding. And I remember when Death Stranding was presented, everybody dogged it out. Nigga, we was calling it Throat Baby, Amazon Prime delivery, anything that you can pick under the sun. We was playing Uber Eats, all that mess. We clowned that game. But guess what? It was his passion project. That's what he wanted to do. And he was, even though he didn't verbalize what he was going through, he visually showed it like, yo, I've been trying to pump this game out, and I'm one of the people that shitted on it. I'm being 1,000%. When they showed that game, I trashed it. I talked about it just like everybody else did. Where's the combat? Why is it so slow paced? Yada, yada, yada. The moment I played that game, when it hit PC Game Pass, I was like, dude, this is next level. You telling me people from around the world can affect the environment that I'm playing in right now? That is beyond dope. That's like next level gaming. The same thing as he's saying right now. You're going to tell me what? And this goes back to what I was saying before. It's a gift and a curse of where we at in life right now, where consumers or content creators have so much access to people that's in the industry of the things that they love, know and love. Because you have people that come out and they're being more vocal, they're being more verbalized about what's going on behind the scenes with things, but to what amount of hindrance is it really causing? Like this thing, you get access, you're telling somebody that did 20 years, 2 successful AAA games, and you just pinpoint his downtime, his negative flaw, which was drawn together, however you wanted to, because he just upped and just yelled out, you put out drawn together. It was a failure, but you didn't highlight his 2 success. But then you turn around, the man is telling you out his own face, out his own mouth, yo, I am happy where I'm at right now. I didn't burn those bridges down that you assumed that I burnt down. And instead of you not cowering down, but instead of you pulling your foot off the gas and allowing the man to express what's really going on with him in this aspect, and you decide to go on defense, and it was at the wrong time, in my opinion.
You always talk about the pressures that those guys, everybody has those pressures up under them when they got to do a AAA $200, $300 million game. You think those guys want to be a fucking YouTuber? I didn't say nothing. It's nothing wrong with being a YouTuber, but I wouldn't want to be world renowned David Jaffe with one of the #1 games ever to want to be a fucking YouTuber. When nobody want that,
Who gives
Mr.
a shit
Jaffe?
what you want, though? I don't give a fuck what your goals are.
And again, this is the reason why Jaffe went on the defense, because, again, through this whole entire situation, Big Money, and again, like I said, this is my opinion. I love Big Money. I say this out of love. Big Money was trying to stand on business. Big Money was like, again, like I said, Big Money was on the, hey, I said this behind your back, but guess I got you in my face right now, and I'm not finna pivot. I'm going to give you exactly what I said, how I said it about you behind your back. But instead of Big Money being on the side of just saying, yo, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this is what I said. This is my opinion about the whole situation. I lay it out to you. You know what I'm saying? You left, you was upset, you're not part of Kratos, so now you got an attitude problem. And I don't think that personally you should be telling consumers not to invest or buy this game, knowing your history of being negative about the game. Big Money should have just stepped away at that point and just allowed David Jaffe to articulate his situation. Yo, this is what happened. No, you got this wrong. This is not how everything went down at Sony. This is why I left. This is my passion. This is why I decided to do YouTube. Instead of you taking it at, you went on to try to continue to defend and say, yo, nah, you was making millions. If I was making millions, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. You're not David Jaffe. You wasn't in those rooms. You didn't understand what was being said to him. He just told you in this whole entire interview that, yo, it was things in the game. We had a board or a mission 90% done, and they pulled it away. You don't understand how that feels, where when you have a vision of something, of a creation, and you have this ideal of how it needs to be rolled out, and then somebody pulls it away. And yes, that's part of the industry, absolutely. But again, there's a way of doing things. Everybody ain't the same. You don't understand. They probably gave this man a promise and told him he had full control over this game in its direction. And then in the midst or in the middle of that, they started critiquing. They started pulling things. And you like, oh, hold on. I thought I had full creation and domain on how to get this IP presented to the masses on how I wanted it to look. And they said, no, we don't know if that's the case. But what I do know is, from based off of this conversation going back almost 20 minutes ago, he said, yo, I love the game. I came out with the game. I did not leave Sony or Santa Monica Studios on bad terms. I still have friends there. If they were to call me now, I would still happily help and add in things that we took out prior and make sure Kratos is the Kratos that everyone grew to know and love. I know for a fact he said that. I'm having a blast on YouTube and I'm enjoying life. 20 plus years, and on top of that, I didn't leave on bad terms like everybody say I did, because guess what? They gave me $15 million 2 times, and I put out 2 to 3 games, and they helped funded every last one of them.
The fuck do I care what you want?
See, that's why I think you're disgruntled. Okay, go ahead, Z. Go ahead.
I'm disgruntled because you're being an asshole. I'm not disgruntled about God.
No, I'm not being an asshole. I'm just somebody that can see through the bullshit. I can see through the bullshit.
You can't see through the bullshit.
Okay, Z.
Here's your
Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't
Your
gonna say that. Go ahead,
problem
Z.
is you
Go ahead,
think
Z.
you're some kind of really clever guy that can see through the bullshit, but you have no evidence to back that up. In your mind,
You're
making
right.
a video
You're right.
game
I ain't gonna
or
say
being
nothing, Z. I ain't gonna say
Kojima
nothing.
is the greatest fucking thing in the world. I didn't like it.
I
Okay?
can name
I
a
like
couple
this
of people
more.
that would
I
do
am
the same
happier.
thing.
I am.
It's
You know
not
what?
just
You
Kojima.
need to. Here's what I'm doing. You go make a fucking video game, bitch. You go fucking
I-
chase
hey,
the dreams.
hey,
Hey, so, whoo, it was the build up. And there you have it. There's the build up. From calling me a liar, telling me that I'm you can't bullshit a bullshitter, to insulting me in my endeavors in gaming, and critiquing me, telling me that I'm not happy being a YouTuber. He comes out and just ups and said, if you got so much great renowned knowledge in gaming, he called him the B word. Now you know big money. When you say the B word, gloves is off. The man start, you know what I'm saying? He turned into a different type of person. Now Z was trying to intervene, but Big Money, being Big Money, is just like he's stuck in that if I start talking, I gotta finish. And sometimes you ain't gotta start finishing, because again, especially in this atmosphere, we're talking about a guest, one, and then two, it ain't all about you in this, and at this moment. It's about us getting the questions out to the individual that's going to be there for the time that they're there. And I'm sorry, but I gotta be honest. You started when you told the man that he was a liar, and it escalated from there.
I sure will try. I will try.
You
I sure
will not,
will
because
try.
you probably don't have the skill or the talent. Let me explain something to you. I am
We
so
know you
fucking
don't have
tired
the
of
skill
these
or the
fucking
talent
fanboys
anymore.
acting like you know more than the people
You
that have
don't
been in
have
the
the skill
trenches.
or the talent anymore.
You absolutely. I
Z,
did it for 20 years.
okay,
I made
I'm
tons
quiet.
of fucking
I'm be
money.
quiet, Z. I'm be
You
quiet.
should be quiet. That would be good, because all you're doing is opening your mouth and shit is coming out
Nah,
of
I'm
it.
doing that because
Bullshit,
my
grade
bruh
A,
asked me to be
100%.
cool. So go ahead.
And
Go
you
ahead.
walk
Say what you
around
say.
acting like you got the skinny on people, and you know who's bullshitting and not. And I'm telling you, motherfucker, you don't know shit. And if you did, you would have the receipts to back it up. But you don't. You don't have shit. So sit down and shut the fuck up and let the people with experience talk.
Z.
Yeah, but okay. So
I'm gonna be quiet, Z.
I
I'm gonna be quiet.
didn't want to get like, I mean, first, I think you was talking about the show. Like, I didn't want the shit to go that way.
Now that's that right there is disingenuous. That nigga wanted every bit of that smoke. He wanted that. Shout out to Pastor Gang. What's going on? He wanted every bit of that. This is the agent. That man is an agent of chaos, and I'm basing it off of his very words, so I can say this. That man wanted every bit of this to happen exactly how it did. I'm just bullshit. I'm joking. He maybe didn't want Big Money to go on the attack or be on the defense, being defensive like he did. But, you know what I'm saying? Because again, he is a guest. But he did want to get clarity about his vision with this game. Again, this is a developer. This is like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hold these people as celebrities to an extent. He said, did he call him a B? Yeah, he called him a B. Yeah, he definitely did. And yeah, but he definitely did. But Big Money ain't paying attention to what led up to him being called, him calling him that. And I like I said, it's certain people out here that you can't call them a liar. They view that as a form of disrespect, just like Big Money view you calling him the B word of disrespectful. It's people out here that view you calling them a liar being disrespectful as well. And out the gate, I'm told you, like damn near 27 minutes before we even got to this point, he said that to him. And now you get the aggressive David Jaffe and he called him a B. Now it's all this extra. Now it's Z. Z like, no, you gotta stop because you are in the wrong right now. You gotta allow the guest to speak. And yes, just because he may not be saying something that you may have liked or you agree with, that's when you supposed to be able to dial down, digest, pause what he's saying to you, and then come with a rebuttal to not like counter, but to dig deeper into why he's viewing the thing like he's viewing. When he say, don't buy the game, but you're trying to be a Sony shield, and Sony ain't backing you up with this right now. That Sony shield is terrible because you see Teddy and J-Dub tuck tail and fell in the shadows.
But yeah, so
yes, you did. You know you did.
But see, I didn't go. I didn't go that way. I didn't start calling people shut the fuck up and none of that. I didn't do none of that. I didn't do none of that. I didn't tell him to shut the fuck up. I didn't disrespect him or nothing.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I didn't do none of that. No, I'm saying, Z, what I'm saying is, I didn't disrespect him. I didn't tell him to shut the fuck up. He's saying all this shit to me, and I'm still ain't saying
through the bullshit, and I'm lying. You don't think that's disrespectful?
I can see through the. That's not disrespecting you. That if
you're calling me a liar and you're making fun and you're telling me that I'm making a choice.
I'm making fun. How's that making fun? What are you talking about?
You think that I'm lying to you?
And that's why I tried to say, you're calling a person a liar, and I'm telling you exactly what it is. That's what makes me frustrated with these motherfuckers. When I'm sitting there on the show and I'm telling, case in point, High on Life. We're going to take the most recent situation. When High on Life 2 came out, they came with all of this, oh, the game is trash, nobody's playing it, did you see the score, no one's talking about it, da-da-da-da-da. I went, because I'm going to game regardless. I went and played the game. I'm like, dude, this game is fire. High on Life is 2.0 of High on Life 1. Is way funnier. The jokes are more, if you are a fan of Rick and Morty, you're gonna love this game fully. They have new weapons in the game. The dialogue is on point with the dirty humor, and then on top of that, they added the skateboard environment, so it gives this Sunset Overdrive type feel in a first person view sense, because Sunset Overdrive was in third, but in the first person sense of you skating around the environment, taking out enemies, the game is fucking fun. It's way better than the first one. Nah, nigga, you pay anything, you play Pentiment. Nigga, I'm telling you, from a aspect of an individual that sat down and played the game, and I'm giving you my perspective on why I played the game and why I seen that it was fun, and you're going to tell me no. What is wrong with you at this point? Big Money don't see that when you called that person a liar, that was a form of disrespect. Just like someone called you a B, you feel like it's a form of disrespect, or someone tell you the SMD. If you know what SMD is, you know. And you felt like it was a form of disrespect. There's people back here in the Discord that call each other B's all the time. They don't think that's disrespectful. Z said all the time, why you playing Madden and stuff like that. He don't see that as view it as being disrespectful. But Big Money does. And people back in the Discord respect them on it, and they try not to call him that. So if this individual told you 27 minutes ago that he showed you that he had a disdain of you calling him a liar, when you first introduced it, talk about the bullshit and the bullshitter, and he's telling you, or you didn't you didn't read the room and hear his reaction towards it, now you're trying to double down on it. You're in the wrong. I just gotta be honest. He's literally telling you, no, nigga, you called me He ain't call him a nigga, but you call me a fucking liar, and I don't like that you call me a liar. Instead of you backing down and seeing that that was the wrong choice of words, you keep leading with it as if you're justified in saying it, and you're wrong.
What I'm telling you is,
I've never seen anything like this. These feel heavier.
This was crazy. Oh, snap.
Like what they like. I don't care if you want to make video games. I did it for 20 years, bitch. I was really successful. I lost interest in it. It was exhausting.
See what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
You're proving a great fucking point.
You might want to need somebody else to answer questions.
Yeah, because bro, ain't coming for that. I mean,
so I got a question for you. Hey, David, I got a question for you real quick.
All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it at that point. I was able to ask one question. I didn't know that he was going to be on the show. I had end up having another question, and I asked him about AI in video gaming because he said something. And I wanted to ask him about Greek mythology versus the Norse mythology, that they're going in the direction. Which one he felt was, which one would he pick? But neither here nor there. Again, check out the full video on Z's channel. The link is in the description. It was, man, bruh. I'm glad that he came on the show because, again, he answered a lot of questions that I already felt like I already knew. But him just confirming it made it even more. A lot of these guys back here project their own failures onto other people. And they project negativity towards things when they don't know what the hell they talking about. Long story short about what just happened. You don't know. You highlighted that you do not know this man, but then you tell him that he is upset and disgruntled because he was let go from Santa Monica Studios when the man tell you himself he wasn't let go. He wasn't fired. He told you from a 20-year experience as a game developer, where you as an individual is only a consumer. You do not know the ins and outs of video gaming. He highlighted various things that was wrong in his opinion about Son of Spartacus, the God of War game. And you also highlighted and said out your own mouth that there were things that was wrong with the game. But he went more detailed and more extensive on what was wrong with the game. And instead of you accepting that for what it was, again, you decided to go defensive. And you got the end results. I was very thoroughly entertained in this situation. Even though it was at the expense of big money, I was thoroughly entertained. I hope y'all learned a lesson. When someone is telling you how they feel about something, take it for face value, even if you don't believe them. If you don't believe them, guess what? Ask more questions. But don't always become defensive when you don't hear what you want to hear. So, with that said, I'm out, man. One love, God bless. Thank y'all for coming through and supporting your boy, man. It's been crazy. It's been a wild day, but I accept it for what it is. I'm pretty sure this story is not. This ain't the end of this story. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. It's gonna be some more layers to this, but this is where we at now. One love and God bless. Thank y'all for the support. Go check me out on X. I just uploaded some AI videos, the pictures that I seen you, some of the merch that I've been doing. And I got a couple more things down the pipeline. I will be dropping the commercials. I'm going to try to work on that now while I got some time before the kids come home. But yeah, one love, God bless. Y'all be smooth out there, man. Stay safe, stay dangerous. Peace.
so I like me that much.
Yeah. Look. And hello, I'm the narrator. And put yourself in two different stories. One has a life, a wife, and a kid, and a stable job to support all his dreams and win all again. And the other lives a life of regret, hate and despair. He's been waiting for the day when his life will come to an end. Which one are you? Will you pick and choose the man who has it all? Cause you wouldn't dare to choose a man who needs a car. From a lifeline, support cash, you wouldn't choose that man. I know your thoughts, but it's two differences between the haves and not. You wouldn't choose to be him. I used to be them. A man who came from nothing, picking pieces up, can't hope to see more loving. You would rather be a man who has the very most to lose. I'll tell you that it is the poor man.